less lightener. That doesn't make any sense. Now, as shown here on Miss Manny Quinn, my amazing client today, we are gonna apply that lightener. We're gonna start in the back. If you're using permanent color or bleach, start in the back. It doesn't matter what you're using. We're gonna wanna do those first back 2 quadrants first. Start at the bottom and work your way up. That way all the color lays on top of itself as you work up and it doesn't become a total mess. Now, this is how much lightener you should be using. Really coat it. You can use your hands as I'm doing here. Really get it in there. Move the hair around in your palms. Really get it in and avoid that root area at all costs until you can go back around and do it all after. And then once you're done with the entire back section, you can work on the front section. So once you're done applying the color on the entire head, set your timer. For a permanent color, you can leave on for whatever the directions say. Every manufacturer has a different time frame you leave the color on for. It's usually 30 or 35 minutes. And for bleach, it's much more complicated. It's gonna vary person to person. If you have a whole category, I see a lot of things gone wrong in the cleansing category in these videos I've seen. 1, use lukewarm water, okay? Don't use cold water to rinse off lightener. I know it's tempting, it feels kind of good because your head's very hot, but you don't want to do that because what's going to happen is it's going to shock your hair. Your hair was just expanded really wide in order to get all that artificial pigment out of your hair or natural pigment out of your hair. When you shock it back, it can cause breakage. So make sure you rinse your hair with lukewarm water. Nothing too hot, nothing too cold, just right in the middle, okay? Do not scrub your scalp. It's very fragile. The skin was just basically ripped off of it. Be gentle, yet thorough. Don't use your nails, use just like this. Most of the time, it takes about 2 washes to get all the lightener out of your hair if you're using a lot of it. Sometimes your hair can be left with that gritty feeling. That's just because you didn't wash all the lightener out. So wash it at least twice, condition it very nicely, maybe do a little hair mask, show it a little love, you'll be all good. Up next, evaluate the situation. Can your hair handle more bleach if it needs to be bleached again? Is it stringy? Is it falling out? Using permanent color and not using bleach, you'll wanna stop here. You're at the end of your journey. Congratulations, you've colored your hair properly. People that are bleaching, there's more stuff to it, okay? It's a long process. So next up we have toner. Toner is a tricky to grab the icy blonde box dye and put it over your already blonde hair. There's so much ammonia, there's so much lifting in that box. You don't need any lift at this point. You've already lifted your hair to what it needs to be. It's like pale yellow right now. You don't need to then lift it further. You're just gonna create so much damage for no reason. Toner lays on top of the hair cuticle. It's often mixed with anything below a 10 volume developer. Typically there is a toning developer that goes with the toners, okay? So look out for that. T18 is not a toner. It's a permanent color, okay? Don't be using 20 volume with T18 in order to tone your blonde hair. No, it's not good. Use a level 10 toner, maybe an ash neutral one, combined with a toning developer in order to tone your hair. This will leave your hair feeling amazingly healthy. It won't cause any damage. It'll actually help some of that damage feel better. And that's why we use a toner and not a permanent color. When you're toning your hair, opt for something that is at the same level as what your hair is right now, or for something darker. Okay, you can't go lighter with a toner. You can only go darker or at the same level. So these are the levels right here, the basics of it all. Level 1 to 10, 1 being the darkest, 10 being the lightest. See what you are, and then when you know what your level is, say you're level 8 right now, and you're trying to be more ash tone. Go from that orange across the other side, and you'll see across some orange is blue. You're gonna want a blue-based toner at a level 8. In order toner, don't use it to tone your hair. It's not gonna work well. You're gonna get spotting everywhere. That's not what it's for. And make sure you're leaving the toner on for the recommended amount of time and not longer and not shorter. So using a level 10 toner on a level 8 head of hair, see this is level 10, this is level 8, it's not gonna work because there is no lifting agents. There's nothing that's gonna get your hair